Okay, says we're live. Excellent. Hello. Happy weekend sprints for the first time in quite a while. So happy 5th of November and NaNoWriMo. How are we doing? If you're doing Nano, are you caught up? Are you behind? Are you right on track? Are you way ahead of the game? How are you feeling? Feeling like you've been doing a whole lot, feeling like you're sort of like starting to trend towards brain can't no more. That was definitely how I felt Friday night, because Friday I got, what did I get? I got 4,428 words total on Friday, and my brain was definitely like struggling. I kind of wanted to go for the extra 600 on Friday, but my brain just wasn't. My brain just wasn't gonna allow it. So I did it the next morning and reached the 10K Saturday morning, and then added the rest of, so I got 1,700, so 1,705 yesterday. I'm hoping, because I've gotten kind of like a high, low, sort of like I got 3,200 day 1, 1,700 day 2, 4,400 day 3. So I've been kind of like up, down, up, down. In fact, I did my, where'd I put it? I started my line tracker, my line graph for how many words on each day, and it's literally just like massive spikes. So I need to get a spike today. Essentially, is the goal is to get a spike. So, but here's what my little bottle is looking like. I could technically be halfway up the next line because I'm at 11,122, but I wanted to fill in the whole line when I'm at 1,200. So that's where we're at. But yeah, so I'm still enjoying the little trackers that I've made for myself, the little bottle and the line graph. So I'm enjoying that. I have been recording the different streams that I've gone to over on this little flip out. I thought I was going to have enough to where I was going to do like over, but I have not. I have not attended as many streams as I thought I would. And that's fine. So I gave myself a lot of space here, but not a flip out. And so I'll just kind of like, once I have a better idea of how long my list of streams are, I'll be able to kind of get a better gauge as to if I need the full strip of this washi tape or not. But yeah, so that's where we're at in terms of our tracking. I'm enjoying it. I did some of my words yesterday were for a shiny new idea, I will admit, but I'm just like, any words you write in November, as long as they are creative, that is your prerogative to count them or not, and I am counting them. But it's like maybe 3/4 of a page of like, this could work out to be like maybe a short story or something. Could work out to be a bigger standalone type thing, but for now, I think it's enough to do a short story at some point. So maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm still trying to focus mostly on Chimera Moon Day 3, and that's been Day 3, Book 3, and that's been going pretty well. Relatively easy. I mean, in terms of like getting stuff down. I mean, it's still a first draft. It's a mess. It's still a first draft and a mess. It's mostly following the outline, which I'm happy about. But I have had to go back and sort of like edit the outline a couple times for some details. I have figured out some plot lines, some things that were still bugging me about books 1 and 2, because I had I had a certain thing happening to the main character in book 1, and I'm like, okay, but why isn't this happening to any of the bad guys if it's related to her power? Like, why did none of the bad guys get this bad side effect? So I was trying to figure out, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to write at least the first major arc of the series before I started really like gearing it up for publishing, because I wanted to have that time and space to work out things in my brain. And I'm glad that I've done it that way, because I finally figured out, I was like, oh, this bad thing that happens to the main character, it's not happening to any of the bad guys. That's a problem. We need a reason for this to happen, or we need to scrap this bad thing that's happening to her and rearrange how her powers are working in terms of like the paranormal aspect of things. So I have figured out at least a portion of that through writing this much of book 3 already. Why it didn't dawn on me for book 2, because I have a different pairing of species, I guess, in terms of the chimeras, the arcanists, and then the humans. I have a different pairing for book 1 and book 2, and then book 3, coming back to it, I have more of the chimeras again. And so I'm like, oh wait, this is a thing. And so maybe not working on, in terms of like developing the bad guys, I've figured out that that's a problem, because none of them are having the side effect. So all that to say, I figured out some plot holes, and I'm in the process of fixing said plot holes. Mama Maggie is saying hello, welcome, and Stream Hoppers United. Yes, because I know the Capture the Words challenge is also going on at the moment, and several other people are streaming because we have time on weekends. Kat says, hey yo, I've hit 11,000 for the month. Nice, but you have work at 3, so you might not be able to stay. Gotcha. Neil, hello, welcome. You're aiming for shooting for 3 to 4K in today's session, but no pressure. Yeah, no pressure, but definitely aim for it. Regina says, hello, friends. Hello, welcome. Elizabeth says, hello, everyone. You finally got some time to join us live. Yay, long time no see. I was just thinking about you because I know that you've got a lot on your plate. So yeah, but welcome back. Regina says, Kat, my envy has no words. You, however, have 11K. Nice job. Yes. Regina says hi to Elizabeth. Smiley face. Hello. Francis says hello. Hello. Welcome. CB says hello. Hello. Okay, you're ahead of but not by a whole lot. It's still fair. It's nano. Yes. Yeah, it crept up, didn't it? It was for sure sort of like, and this is going to make me sound like an old grumpy lady, but it feels like time is just disappearing faster and faster. So November 5th is bonfire night here, and you're at 9,486. Nice. Guy Fawkes Day, yes, or night. Yes, I thought it was a good one, especially since I have all these stickers that are the Worlds in Bottles stickers, so thank you. Neil says, CB, yep, definitely a night where I need headphones to focus. Okay, lots of fireworks and things, yeah. Which makes sense considering what Guy Fawkes Day is, so. CB says, 1,153 words ahead, but you're aiming for 10K today. Fair enough. Yay, I'm doing good. How are you? CB says, Classic FM has a show on just now called Pet Classics. It's supposed to be for people with furry, feathery, scaly, and clawed friends who get freaked out by loud bangs and bright flashes. So is it just like silence or like comforting music, or is it just supposed to remind people not to do noisy things? Oh, you're listening to it anyway. Gotcha. Why did I ever decide to write out of chronological order? Well, I mean, you could always go back and start writing in chronological order. Brooke is here. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, time skipped or something. It feels like it sometimes, doesn't it? Chandra is here. Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I think, is that all the hellos? I think so. At least all the ones that I can see at the moment. So, should we do a card? We should probably do a card. We should do a card. And then we will get to the sprinty sprint. But while I'm pulling a card, you can choose 25 or 30 for the first sprinty sprint. Okay, we do have an insect, so just warning. We have a moth. So let's find out what our moth friend has to say to us. All right, so moth appearing on the screen in 3, 2, 1. Moth on the screen. Here is our moth friend. And the main message is surrender now. So the moth spirit asks, what is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with the universe or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it has become a compulsion or an addiction? Are you so intoxicated by a potential relationship or opportunity that you cannot think straight? Hard work and dedication are virtues, and the love of something is, of course, a beautiful thing. However, when the moth appears, it is time to reconsider if you have gone over the edge in a relentless pursuit. Workaholism, overeating, perfectionism, or addiction to certainty or even to a person may be your current vice. The form of your addiction does not matter so much as the awareness of the consequences of remaining persistent when moderation is needed. Let go of your excessive energy by channeling it into more than one direction. Fire burns hot, and you do not want to be engulfed by your passion to the exclusion of all other pursuits that matter to you. Now is a time for surrender and radical acceptance so that your drive does not cause you to flee or to fight. The spirit wants you to release your need for certainty and control so that you can relax into a more balanced way of using your moth energy. Banish the shoulds and musts so that you can enjoy what is as you allow for what might be. Okay, moth is no longer on the screen. So in that case, it's a very good card as a reminder for Nano, especially as we are sort of like hitting one of the first sets of milestones in terms of like reaching towards that 10K and the first full week of Nano. If you are stressing yourself because you haven't reached your Nano goals yet, it's okay. There's still plenty of time left in November. If you are getting into fights with family members because of the amount of time that you are spending not with them, it's okay to let go of the Nano sometimes. And it's also okay to take a break from Nano if you need to read or do some other creative pursuit in order to refill your well. Also, if you are struggling because one project is calling to you more than the project you had initially anticipated for Nano, it's also okay. You can do both, or you can switch. It's okay. I give you permission. The moth gives you permission. So, you fell into the baby does not sleep trap. Oh, yes. Yeah. And time just rushed by. But it has gotten so much better to where you can now attend live. Yay. Okay, CB says the program is comforting music and it's very nice. They just had a second movement of Mozart's clarinet concerto on earlier. Nice. Cool Gamer says, hey, hello, welcome. Elizabeth says, yay, cards, I missed it. Yeah, contradictory to Nano. A little, yeah, because we do tend to become very obsessed with Nano at this point in the year. But it's okay to not be obsessed. essentially, is what the moth is telling us. It's okay. Alrighty, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. And we have voted for a 25-minute sprint rather than a 30-minute sprint to get us started. So we are going to start with our 25 nano googly. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have a series of timers that have googly eyes that are nano themed, specifically for nano events. And they are silent, so you can use them on your own channels. You can pull up your own music, whatever it is that you need. All right, here we go. Here's our reminders. If you've already pulled up and worked on your draft this morning, make sure you save it. If not, now's the perfect time to pull up your document. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is that you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4, if you need a break, take one. Here we go, 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. How was that sprint? How'd we do? Let's see what I did. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Ooh, that was a really good sprint for me. Let me just make sure I'm selecting the correct thing again. That way I know that it's not too... Yeah. I managed to do 1,107. That's an amazing number for me, especially only in 25 minutes. That's great. That's fantastic. $1,107. Okay. Which brings my total to 12,229. Which means I can now fill in the next row on my bottle. Yay! One more. And I really love the panda. Y'all, I love these stickers so much. And the panda is just too cute. All right. So, I forgot to mark. I'm making sure on my main calendar I have a W and a U for each day of like, did I get my words? Did I update the nano counter? So made sure to get that real quick for yesterday. And yeah, that was a really good sprint, y'all. Very good. I had some notes over to the side that I had thought of early this morning that I knew I wanted to incorporate. So I was just looking at some of those for some of this, which is fine. Like a lot of notes. Alrighty. I should probably highlight this last word so that I know that that's where I stopped. So I can do my selection for the next big sprint. Okay. So Kat says, hey y'all, just jumping in during that first sprint. And Thog is also here. Howdy do. Hello, welcome. Elizabeth said you're going to research how to format a book in InDesign. Brooke loves InDesign. Nice. I think Becca C. Smith also has a tutorial from a while ago, at least a year ago, on doing formatting in InDesign. I'm trying to remember who else I've seen. I think there's at least one more person that I know of on AuthorTube that has a tutorial for InDesign. I think somebody else does, but I can't remember. So if you know of somebody on AuthorTube who specifically has InDesign tutorials, let us know. I know was Zara talking about using InDesign yesterday? I think she was. But I can't remember if she has a tutorial or not. Jen, hello. Hello. Wants to know how Elizabeth is doing. Mama Maggie is here. Hello, everyone. Kat only caught the last 13 minutes of the sprint, but you wrote 503 words, which is amazing for 13 minutes. Jen says, hey, Maggie. Neil says 662 words, but it was a slog at getting them. You need your protagonist to win an argument, and you haven't found the angle yet. Yeah. Yeah, this is the one problem of like trying to construct an argument within your head, is that sometimes if you don't have one, I'm not very good at confrontation myself, like in my personal life. So I generally don't get into that many arguments because I try to avoid it at all costs. But that does mean that any arguments I have with my characters definitely need so much revision because of this exact, like I haven't found the right angle. I haven't found the, like, how do I say this the way I want it to? But on the other hand, because we're writing it, it gives you that chance to come back with that perfect line after you think on it for a while. And so there's no like, oh, I should have said this in the car 3 days after you lost the argument. Right? Or is that just me? Simi says, I put the chapters I wrote in the layout draft, and then you tried to remember where Morgan Stark repeated her dad's S-bomb in Endgame. Gotcha. Elizabeth says, maybe you have some pointers to Brooke. I have no idea. And you were planning on maybe only using the free trial of InDesign. CB got 108 words there. Nice. Courtney, hello. Welcome. You'll be joining in on the next round of sprints. Fantastic. CB says, I had dinner, but I'm still hungry and I want something savory. We made Chex Mix this morning. I still haven't sampled it yet, but Mom and I went to Costco, which is like a giant wholesale place, for, I don't know if Costco's anywhere but the US, so I don't know. But anyway, so it's a giant wholesale, like bulk buying store. And they had a box that contained all 3 of the Chex Mix varieties. But of course we already had some at home, but we still had to bring it home. But that means that we have to use up the old before we can open the new box. Anyway, I don't know. Hopefully the new box doesn't take up quite as much space as the 3 other boxes. So yeah. Oh no, Brooke, it's doing the weird emoji thing. Yes, sometimes if you have an emoji at the end of your comment, sometimes it will just forget the rest of your comment exists. It's either at the beginning or the end. I don't know. But sometimes YouTube chat just forgets the rest of your comment exists and only sends the emoji, which is frustrating. Elizabeth says, hi to Jen. Doing okay. It's been a rough couple of months with baby that refused to sleep, but it's finally it's much better and you're back to writing. Yay. Courtney says, I haven't started Nano so yet today. Haven't started Nano yet, so today's going to be a long day to catch up. There are plenty more days as well, so you don't have to do all of the catching up today. But good luck to you. Jen says, how old is the baby now? Yes, yes. She's around 7 months now. So cute. So sweet. Yes. Jen says, I have Adobe Creative Cloud for my design class, and I know it's going to be fun. Becca's video is great, and I'll be following that to the T, but I also need to figure out how you like your layout style. Right. Yeah, that is a thing. So it has tons of things, the Creative Cloud, you'll probably never use, but so far you like it. Yes. Neil says, if I struggle in the next sprint, I'll be writing, and then he wins the argument and moves on. And you can always come back to it later. Yeah. And this may be something where instead of typing it out or writing it out, you might want to choose to dictate this section of the dialogue. I always find that I struggle with writing dialogue because in my brain, I just want to use the full words. I want to spell out the full words. I want to say it in like normal variety of sentences and stuff. But I know that in dialogue, that's not what tends to happen when you're actually like in conversation with someone. So sometimes I have to say the dialogue out loud in order for it to be decent. But again, that's me. So Mom Maggie says, my witch is getting burned at the stake. Oh no, and is unconcerned, much to the she-wolf's dismay. Turns out witches are part phoenix. And getting burnt gets them out of so many problems. They just revive and leave. There you go then. Brooke says, shoot, it just, oh, this was, yeah, you learned through LinkedIn Learning about the InDesign. But I know you can just import a Word document into InDesign and it automatically does book format, which is really cool. I did not know LinkedIn Learning was a thing, so thanks. Now I know. Chandra says, I had a business call come in, so I think I got about 10 words. Or minus 10 words. Mom Maggie says, I make 2 kinds of Chex Mix snacks, one savory and one sweet. The sweet one is with peanut butter, corn syrup, and butter. Sounds good. Sounds very much the university I went to is UGA, University of Georgia, and their mascot is Bulldog. And so they make a sweet Chex Mix that they call Puppy Chow. And it is chocolate and peanut butter and powdered sugar on all of the like salty, crunchy things. So pretzels and Chex Mix and all of that. So yeah, sounds like a nice alternative as well. Yeah, the emoji thing is weird. LinkedIn Learning is great. My old college still grants you free access. That's nice. That's very good. Keep that up as long as you can. Chandra says hi to Mama Maggie. Mama Maggie says, I broke 10K for my Rebel Nano. Yay! Excellent. Yay for the milestones. Elizabeth says, yeah, that happens to me all the time. I can't end my sentences with anything other than an emoji, apparently. And cool, thanks. And also, Mama Maggie says, congrats to Chandra on the book coming soon. Yay! Make sure that we hopefully can get a link to that in our self-promo sprints too. Jen says, I hope I get to keep access as well. My daughter is also in design courses and helps me a bit. That would be lovely. Mom Maggie says, I hope you are well to Elizabeth. And Chandra says, thank you. I'm so excited. CB's got a snack on the stove. Mom Maggie says, I always have parts like that in my zero drafts. So-and-so does such and such. Just like big, bold, maybe colored a certain way. Yes. Yes, I know that feeling. I have, right now, I think I have in big, bold letters like research or like find. And then I have them, most of them I think are highlighted. Those are highlighted in red. I have a yellow one that's for a future main character because, of course, my brain cannot stay in this current book. It's like 2 books down. It's like, oh, this will be good for later. So, yeah. But that is, again, it's a first draft. It's a draft. I can fix it later. I can come back and find all these later. So, yeah. And also, yeah, love the idea of witches being phoenixes. Yeah. That's a very intriguing idea. Yes. Leave it to Mama Maggie and CB to tempt us with snacks. Yes. Elizabeth Ryland, hello. Welcome. Usually don't do that till the editing stages, which is fine. You always have foodie things between the sprints. I mean, yes, you need snacks and sustenance to keep your brain moving. Absolutely. All right, let's do another sprinty sprint. So I think we're going to do the blue, like darker blue, like dark blue nano colors. So this year's nano colors, I guess, in some ways. Let me scroll it down to the 30. Oh, so close. Okay. All right, here we go. And then next time we can do the Daddy Nano because that is my favorite, I think. All right, so don't forget, second sprint is your self-promo sprint. It is your time to be shameless about saying, hey, I've got a YouTube channel. Hey, I've got a Twitch channel, Etsy store, Amazon author page, website, blog, social medias. I do writing or writing adjacent things. So make sure that you practice doing your self-promo, and also make sure that you remember, if you don't have a blue wrench of power, like Mama Maggie or Elizabeth or several of the others that are in chat, if you don't have that blue wrench, you will not be able to post direct links. So you will have to kind of talk around it in your comment. And let us know where we can find you, what your handle is, that kind of stuff. Also, please subscribe. You don't have to, but if you're enjoying it and want to see more, feel like subscribing, please do. And let's see, what else? Regular reminders. 1, save your document. We want to keep our documents up to date. 2, take a sip of whatever it is that you're hydrating with. Cheers. Serial Killers Bake the Best Cookies needs to be a future book. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take one. Here we go, 30 minutes. Don't forget your self-promo in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Several several typos that need to be fixed. For sure. Okay. And also some bolding of things that I need to be able to find later. Okay. Oh, I got another 1,000 words. Nice. 1,035 that time. So 1035. Add that to our list. And also, if you have not done your self promo, please make sure you pop that in the chat, and we'll get to those in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm now at 13,264. Okay. So if I can get another 800, that'll put me up at 14K for. So that was a 30-minute. That was a 25. Okay. Which that means I need to also pop up the capture the words challenge and pop that in there. Because we're running like roughly around I think they're on their third sprint already, and we're about to have our third. So, but anyway, so how did we do? Was that a good sprint? Did we like that? Did we enjoy it? Did we get a lot done? Dear my FBI agent bot, we are writers, not murderers, right? Thank you, Mom Maggie, for the link parade and popping people's channel link in the chat. So I really appreciate that. So yes, please do follow your fellow sprinters. Subscribe to those whose streams you go to or whose content you watch. That way you can find them again later and support them. So Mom Maggie says, here is CB's channel. Cross our hearts. Here is Elizabeth Wright's channel. Here is Elizabeth Ryland's channel. Here is Jen Wright's Romances channel. Here is Chandra Arthur's channel. Here is Brooke Warrington's channel. And Chandra says, 1,000 words to get started is now available for pre-order and coming to a retailer near you on June 4th, 2024. Here's the link to Imitable Books, where you can find the pre-order link for the book. Here is Neil's channel. Here is Kat's channel. Here is Courtney's channel. Here is Fogg's channel. Here is Regina's channel. Elizabeth says, thank you for the shout out, Mom Maggie. Here is Cat Leo's, yes, Cat Leo, the keeper of the AuthorTube sheets. Yes. And here is the AuthorTube sheet, with the channels and sprint link spreadsheet. There we go. And check out Mama Maggie's Amazon page, MM Ward. Just Eva says, hey, I'm doing Capture the Words challenge this weekend and we just wanted to swing by for a few minutes. So thank you for the support. Shadow's Lair is here. It says, hi, everyone. Hello. Kat got 899 words that time. Nice. And Kat says, hey to Shadow's Lair. CB got 562 words that time. Nice. Chandra got about 25 words that time, so that was good. Yes. Any progress is progress. Neil got 796 and the argument is done. Yay! You also passed 12K. Yes, give yourself a little trophy for that. Very nice. I don't know what this hand motion is. It's like maybe like showing off some sort of trophy. I don't know. I don't have a trophy, so I I have no physical trophy, but there are little digital trophies in the emoji stash. Shadow's Lair says, "Hey Kat, how is my bestie? I've just started writing to keep getting interrupted. Oh no. Interruptions are hard." Elizabeth says, "Started dividing up my manuscript into chapters per Becca's video. Nice." Mom Maggie says, "The witch's cat got my she-wolf to sweep up the witch's ashes, and now they are on a boat out of the dismal swamp." Nice. Your characters are just so fun. They're just so fun. Here is Just Eva's channel. Here is Just Eva's Book in Lane with indie author index links and books. So here's bookinlane.com. Yes, Mama Maggie is really good at that. Got all of us covered. Yes. So you are the mama with all the links. Yes. Throwback to Devin, the guy with all the links, the tug waddle. Even though YouTube did Devin dirty. I'm still mad at that. Anyway, we can continue to be mad and still use their services, which is what we're doing. Here is what? Here is what, Jules? What are we doing? We're getting the Daddy Nano timer. That's what we're doing. Okay. It's 3:36. Okay, let me do a poll. Just a real quick poll. Are you interested in a 30 or are you interested in a 45? What are you interested in? I should probably also add a 25 just to see where we're at. So 25, 30, 45, or 25. How are you feeling for the next sprint? We are going to use either way. We're going to use the Daddy Nano with the glasses and mustache. Either way, we're going to use this timer. I'll just scroll it down to an appropriate length of time. But what are you feeling like? Yeah, we all miss Devin's playlist. Yeah. We do. I mean, Kat is wonderful for keeping up the spreadsheet and all, but Devin's playlist was often just so, it was so handy. So it's frustrating. All right. Oh, we have we have 9 votes in, and apparently 3 people have voted for each of the options. So they are sitting at 33% each. So somebody else is going to have to do some voting. Glares at YouTube, yeah. Let's see. Neil says, "I'm happy to move mine from a 45 to a 30. Courtney says 45. Mom Maggie says 30. Just if you can see it, use the poll. Okay. We have a tiebreaker. So we will go with that. So we will go with a 30. And hopefully I will. Oh, it's so close. Yeah. I'll just scroll this down until it's the proper. There we go. Rock, paper, scissors. Right? Okay. All right. Let's do this. 30 minutes. We can always try for a 45 the next time if y'all are up for that, or for the next sprint. We can still use the Daddy Nano timer and try a 45 the next time for the next sprint. Anyway, let's do this. 1, save your document, all of our wonderful progress. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. Three, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was that sprint. Let me find the 45-minute mark because I know that I had said we were going to do a 45 next, and we are. So there we go. Okay, again, that was the third sprint. Hopefully we're doing okay. Hopefully we are on a roll at this point. If not, it's okay. We can try again next sprint. I wrote ground world instead of groundwork. Wow. That's a typo for sure. Also forgot an H in that word. All of the typos. Another 1,000 this time, which this is nice, y'all. But on the other hand, this is again very first drafty. Not as clean as I would like. Very first drafty. And there's also like some side notes and brainstorming in there for like future things. Because I can't help myself. One of the main characters in this has a sibling that is like the main character for one of the other later books, and also a very important part for the next sort of like arc in the series. So anytime that I have thought about this character, I'm like, oh, this needs to be written down so I don't forget later. So there's all kinds of stuff about Melody's brother in these notes, because Melody's brother, who I don't have a name for yet, but Melody's brother is going to play a large part in the next overarching plot movement. So yeah. Okay, so I got 1,080 that time. So 1080. Okay. Which puts me at 3,222 thus far for today, which is good because that means that my spike is higher than the 1,700, which is what I wanted. So plus, and so my total right now has, yay, we are over the 1,400 mark. So 14,344. Did I say 1,400? 14,000. So now I can do the next row. So I've been able to fill in 2 of our rows today, which is fun. I like being able to do that. Okay, how'd we do? Just Eva said to Mom Maggie, thank you so much for sharing my links earlier. And also to Chandra, congrats on the cover reveal day. It looks great. Mom Maggie is asking Just Eva, have you gotten 5 indie authors added this month? Chandra said, thanks to Just Eva. CB got 135 words for that sprint. These movie chapters are the worst. Oh no. I'm sorry. Shadow Slayer got 750. Excuse me, I need to take a sip. Neil got 850 words and it was flowing, which is kind of why you wanted the 45. Understandable. Chandra did better this time as well. Got 153 words. Nice. Excellent. Kat says, I lost steam really quickly that time. You got 36 words and then took a break. Understandable. That's why I always say if you need a break, take one. Just Eva was not able to get 5 indie authors added this month. We still have plenty of the month left, though. Elizabeth says, gotta go, but thanks for the stream and hope to join in some more soon. Yay! Mom Maggie says, I played with the dogs for most of that sprint, and your arm is tired from throwing the ball for the Roddy and Aussie. You also collected 10 eggs from the barn. Nice. Chandra says, I need 3,744 more to get back on the track. We shall see. CB says, I knew they were going to suck to write, the movie chapters, which is why you started with the 2 words of them, Infinity War and Endgame. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. One of the other reasons I was mentioning the Big Brother character was I occasionally pull a card just to be like, okay, there's something in my brain. What is it? Just to get a little bit more inspiration to write from. And this one fully reminded me of all the little snippets that I had written about the Big Brother character in my initial world building. And so Big Brother Bear is going to wander up the coast. And then I was like, bell, ship's bell, siren. It's like it's kind of like the word association game. And you sort of like lead yourself to the ideas and sort of helps solidify the impression that you have of characters and whatnot. And I'm remembering all of the things that I had initially put into my world building and connecting them, sort of solidifying ideas, because for a character with Big Brother story, I hadn't decided whether or not one of the other characters was going to be a Chimera or an Arcanist, and this card helped me decide which side of that character is going to fall on. So, all that to say, if you are stuck, pull a card, roll a dice, do something that sort of gets your creative juices going. And that's one of the things that I always tend to do is pull a card, any card, and just look at it and figure out an answer to my question. So, okay, let's pull the timer back up, and I did promise you a 45. So 45 it is. And I know that's a very long time. So if you cannot do the full 45, which I may not be able to do, you may see me turn off my camera and disappear for a minute as I get around and get up and stretch, or like refill the water, get a snack, whatever it is. So if you need to sort of like take this in two sessions with a few minutes in between, that's totally up to you. So yeah. Alrighty though, here we go. 1, save your document and all the progress that we've been making. 2, make sure that you take a sip of whatever it is you're hydrating with. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. You've been having a hard time writing today, but that's probably because we had a friend in town this weekend, so you're sleepy. That might be it. True. Very true. And we're not at the end of Nano yet, so give yourself some grace. It's going to be fine. 3 was to straighten up and stretch your spine, and 4 is to take a break if you need it. Here we go. 45 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Oops, I forgot to unmute myself. Okay. That was the 4th sprint. Yeah, 4th sprint. It's definitely more of a struggle. Worked a little bit on a sort of like a dialogue section. Had to kind of think out how I wanted to do it. So I got 1106. So 1 word less than what I got that first sprint in 25 minutes. So 1106. That sprint definitely felt more like a struggle, for sure. But yeah. But I've got a clear grasp and written down in terms of Derek's motivation for how he socializes with some of the other chimeras in the den. So like figured out his why he does this, and then also how that's going to play a part in his relationship with Melody, and so how that's going to shift his behavior patterns once he realizes why he's doing what he does. And so I've got a conversation between himself and one of the other characters about his behavior. And also referencing some of the things that I want to happen. Because I want Melody to threaten to smack somebody over the head with a frying pan. Because it needs to happen. So there's that. For a good reason. I mean, you don't just threaten to smack somebody over the head with a frying pan for no reason. There's a good reason. But that is going to be a scene that has to happen, so we're going to reference back to that because I think it's funny. And yeah. So, some camaraderie between the two characters in this little snippet. This is going to be for like later on. Could she, CB says, could she threaten to smack him with a peanut butter sandwich instead? No, because I have written, where do I have it written? Where is this? Where do I have it? I should probably just like pop out my here we go. I have as in my character description in the profile, could swing a mean cast iron pan. So I was just like, this is what she needs to like. She needs to have a little bit of this. So yeah, looks like she could swing a mean cast iron pan. So yeah, in my head, I don't know if the cast iron pan reference is going to make it all the way to the end, but it's there in my brain. So for now, it's going to exist in my document. So there's that. But yeah. Oh, okay. I need to probably total up how much we got for the whole sprinty sprint, don't I? For the whole session, I guess I should say. 4,328 for, if I have done the math correctly. which is a nice number. I will take that. Let's see. A couple people had to pop out. Brooke said, I've been having, this was at the end of last sprint. Yes. Francis left a like on the way out. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Neil says you managed to hit another 1K to hit 14,000 and rewarding yourself with sleep before a 7 a.m. sprint tomorrow. So, excellent. Chandra got 483, but finished a difficult scene. That's amazing. I love it when we finally get that like, can count this as done. Yes. Shadows Lair says this last count was 1,125, crushing it this nano. It's amazing. Yes. Love to see it. CB got 478, still fixing some of the layout and formatting because this is your final draft. It's going to go on Archive of Our Own once you redraft it one last time by hand and then type it again during the now what months. Gotcha. This is where we were talking about earlier. Secret Charlotte is walking around with the witch's cat, and it brought her a new dress and paid for a room. Then it dumped the box of witch ashes on the floor, and in a font of magic, Winnie climbed out. Nice. Okay, but when you say dumped the box of ashes on the floor, I want to know was the box set on a table and the cat like smacked it off, or how did that happen? But I guess I'll just have to read it when it comes out, right? Am I the only one that can hear the thunk of a cast iron pan colliding with somebody? No, you're not. That's because that sound is in my head as well for this character of like needs to threaten, needs to probably happen at least once. Very clear memory. Yeah. Thanks for coming, Chandra. I appreciate it. You can hear it too. You've got Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secret vibes from it. Nice. There's a scene in the book where Aunt Petunia takes a swing at Harry with a soapy frying pan. He ducks and she misses. Yes. Yes, yes. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. I did go and update all of my word counts onto the Capture the Words because I was trying to do that as well this weekend. So I have managed to do my part for the Capture the Words challenge. But I've also filled out my very first column of sprints. So tomorrow, or maybe even this evening, I will start the second column, which is kind of fun. Did I do the total? No, I didn't. Okay, so my grand total at the moment is 15,450, which is really not bad. And why are we unfocused again? Is it because I showed the book? Probably. Let's see if there we go. So yes, so I'm at 15,450. So I might try to go for 16K this evening, but I might not. So we shall see. But before you head out, make sure that you save your document. Save your document. Save all the wonderful progress that we are making. And I will be back tomorrow, Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern for some more sprints. So hopefully I will. Okay. Morgan, Sako, and Doc are sprinting now. So here's the link for that. And then let me get the tiny URL up for the spreadsheet. There's the tiny URL for the spreadsheet so that you can hop over there and see what all other streams are going on. Besides Morgan, Sako, and Doc. So, you're at 10,241 for the month. Yay! Mom Maggie's closing in on 12K, as is Thog. Nice, 11,708. Excellent. Yes. Cats are currently sprinting now. Oh, okay. All right, y'all. I will see y'all soon. Thank you very much. Have a good night.